My sister claimed to be the leading lady, defying the imperial decree to elope, dooming our whole family to prison. Prince Heng threatened our lives to make her relent. I begged her to save us. But she called it blackmail, yelling, "You lose lives, I lose forever love and freedom." I hate threats most. Furious, Prince Heng slaughtered us all. Yet my sister went mad, tangled in a love-hate chase with him until they forgave each other. She, who swore to love only me, became his consort, then empress. Our family's bodies rotted in the wild, unclaimed. When we opened our eyes, we'd all been reborn. Welcome to my channel. If you like this story, please click to subscribe. There are more wonderful stories waiting for you to listen to. Chapter 1. My name is Su Huarong, the second daughter of the Minister of Rights. My elder sister, Su Yueying, was a renowned scholar, well-read since childhood, intelligent and gentle. Though not born of the same mother, she always looked out for me and my younger brother. Who would have thought that after being rescued from drowning one day, my sister's personality changed drastically? Pointing at me and our stepmother, she screamed, "Stepwives and concubine-born daughters are the most treacherous and cunning. Did you two orchestrate my drowning?" She seemed to have forgotten that it was I who pulled her from the water when she was floundering. Her personal maid gently pleaded, "Madam and second young miss have tended to you for a day and night. Please don't speak such nonsense and hurt their hearts." She then threatened to sell the maid, a traitorous servant. "You've likely been bribed to speak for outsiders. Drag her out and sell her." I intervened, "Sister, Chunlan has served you since childhood, tending to you for over a decade. Even if she hasn't earned great merit, she's certainly endured hardship. How can you casually sell her?" Sister glared at me coldly, her voice dripping with scorn. "And you claim you didn't bribe her? If there's no collusion, why would you speak for her?" Then she assumed the airs of a legitimate daughter. "I am the legitimate daughter. You are the illegitimate one. As your elder sister, I sell a maid. How dare you? A lowly illegitimate daughter. Speak up." Poor Chunlan had served her since age 5. My sister had even promised to find Chunlan a respectable family once she married off. Yet now, over a mere disagreement, she was being sold away. I couldn't fathom why my sister had changed so suddenly. All I could do was secretly buy Chunlan's freedom, return her contract, and send her home. Before leaving, Chunlan thanked me profusely and warned, "Second young miss, the eldest seems possessed by some evil spirit. She's become a completely different person. You must be very careful." Later, my sister claimed this household was filled with a vicious stepmother, a hypocritical half-sister, a biased father, and a thankless younger brother. She vowed to become self-reliant, pressuring our mother to hand over the dowry silver from our late mother. She planned to open her own shop and trade. Mother, a deeply conservative woman of the inner quarters, gently admonished her, "The dowry left by your birth mother is all accounted for. By custom, it should be given to you when you marry. Now, you." My eldest sister cut her off with a torrent of abuse. "What nonsense about waiting until I marry. I see right through you. You clearly want to pocket it all yourself. Do you think if I die, this dowry will all go to your daughter?" Father and I listened in utter astonishment. Our sister had once studied the legal codes thoroughly. How could she have lost all understanding of even the basic laws of the Great Kong dynasty after her drowning? I am currently a second wife. My father's first wife passed away early, and the dowry she left behind is something the husband's family cannot touch without justification. If there are children, they inherit it. If there are no children, it must be returned to the original family. Appropriating a wife's family dowry is something only the most worthless of men would do. How could Father, Minister of Rights and one of the 6 ministries' heads, possibly do such a thing? But sister wouldn't listen, declaring she'd petition the emperor if mother didn't give her dowry. My mother comes from a noble lineage, how could she compare to you? Daughter of a bankrupt merchant? Can't take your eyes off the dowry my mother left behind. Can you? Too bad such splendid things belong only to me. The legitimate daughter. You're all trespassing by looking. Father nearly choked on his anger, waving his hand. Let her take it. Our Sioux family hasn't sunk so low as to scheme over our own daughter's dowry. Sister took all the dowry and moved to the outer residence. Mother worried about her safety, an unmarried woman living alone outside the main compound, and wanted to assign the estate's guards to protect her. My sister rejected the offer coldly, sneering. Who doesn't know that Zheng, the guard here, is your maternal nephew? What protection? You just want to keep tabs on me. She took only a few maids and matrons she was accustomed to working with, hiring the rest from outside. Mother indulged her in every way, never once shortchanging her. Yet by mistreating the legitimate daughter until she fled the household, a reputation for jealousy and malice inevitably spread. My own reputation suffered collateral damage, and families who had considered marriage alliances withdrew their matchmaking letters. Sister's business, however, flourished spectacularly. The legitimate daughter of the Minister of Rights venturing out to run a business, who wouldn't want to catch a glimpse of the spectacle? The items in my sister's shop were truly extraordinary. Food, drink, and everyday goods, all were novel and unseen curiosities. Even palace maids and noble ladies came to buy from her. Soon, my eldest sister became the most successful businesswoman in the capital. My younger brother, craving her novel pastries, sent me to buy some, but she and her female shopkeeper berated us. I built this vast enterprise from nothing, yet you never supported me. Now that I've prospered, you expect handouts? How shameless! Exactly. Our pastries require advance orders. Even my half-brother can't cut in line. Started from scratch? Sister carried out a full 18 dowry chests from our family home. Claiming we never supported her is laughable. Without father's approval, her shop would have been raided on opening day. Who hasn't kept her business afloat out of deference to father? I told my brother, Su Qian, sweetie, we won't buy these. Whatever you crave, sister will make it for you at home. Okay? What's so special about Su Yueying's pastries? They're just fancy looking, people just eat them for novelty. I'll study them closely. I'm sure I can replicate them. I refuse to believe my brother can't have these pastries. Su Yueying sneered behind me. You, a pampered young lady whose fingers have never touched spring water, think you can make pastries like mine? Even if you studied for 2,000 years, you wouldn't learn it. I turned to face her. Sister was once a pampered young lady too, well-versed in the classics. Now you're nothing but a petty merchant, reeking of filthy lucre, disregarding even family ties. Then she dragged Su Qian away. I faintly heard Su Yueying mutter curses behind me. You hypocritical bitch. Pretending to be so high and mighty. This noble legitimate daughter hasn't even spoken. And you lowly concubine's daughter already think you're so important? Ridiculous. Though my mother was a second wife, she was still the official principal consort. By right. I too am a legitimate daughter, how am I inferior to her? We're sisters, why must she call me a legitimate daughter at every turn? Su Qian looked utterly dejected, biting her lip as she asked me, Sister, what's wrong with eldest sister? Does she not like Qianer anymore? In the past, eldest sister doted on Su Qian. When Su Qian began her studies at 5, it was eldest sister who personally taught her. How could I explain to the child that our eldest sister now regarded her as an enemy, completely different from before? I only said, Qianer, be good. Shall we go back to our studies? After father learned of this, he sighed deeply all night long, saying only, from now on, you two must not appear before her. I shall pretend I never had this daughter. From that day onward, our eldest sister's reputation in the capital soared. She befriended the princess, won the Empress Dowager's favor, and provoked Prince Heng and Prince Yu into a jealous brawl over her. None of this had anything to do with us. We never wanted to bask in her glory. Yet, without lifting a finger, a cataclysmic disaster still fell upon our heads. Because my sister and Prince Heng were in love, but he refused to marry her as his primary consort. She fled. In his fury, Prince Heng seized our entire family, threatening our lives to force her to return and beg for his forgiveness. Our entire family? Prince Heng was the legitimate son of the Empress, holding a position of immense prestige. Though not formally designated as crown prince, everyone considered him the undisputed future emperor. Somehow, our eldest sister had fallen deeply in love with him, and their relationship had progressed to the point of marriage discussions. What was baffling was that Prince Heng, who seemed to have victory in the palm of his hand, suddenly raised an army to force the emperor's hand. He confined the emperor and declared himself emperor. After my eldest sister refused to become his concubine and fled the wedding, he went mad and had our entire family arrested. Su Yueying, who gave you permission to leave me? You belong to me. No one can take you away. Now the entire Su family is in my hands. If you don't return, I will kill one member of the Su family every day until you change your mind. That very day, he stabbed my father to death. I refuse to believe you would disregard even your own father's life. My eldest sister did not appear, sending only a message through an envoy. Murong Yuan, you cannot threaten me. Mother, overcome with shock and rage at father's brutal death, vomited a large mouthful of blood. The next day, I was bound over a pyre by Prince Heng. Su Yueying, I hear your stepmother treated you as her own. Can you bear to watch her burn alive? I begged Prince Heng not to burn my mother. Your Highness, I implore you, spare my mother. Let me take her place. I hated Prince Heng with every fiber of my being, and resented my sister's cruelty. But how could I bear to let my mother endure the agony of being consumed by flames? I pleaded desperately, nearly smashing my head against the ground. But Prince Heng lifted my chin, scrutinizing my face, which bore a striking resemblance to my elder sister's, and declared with maniacal fervor, "Don't think your resemblance to your sister can deceive me." Then he slashed my face twice with his sword and bellowed to the heavens, "Inger, come forth. In this life, I love only you." I would never cast a glance at any other fox-like temptress. Gritting my teeth against the searing pain, I stared at Prince Heng in disbelief, utterly confused as to when I had become a fox-like temptress. Su Qian screamed for his sister, throwing himself at my feet, only to be pinned down by the prince's guards. The pyre was lit. We watched helplessly as our mother writhed in the flames, wailing until her last breath. Su Yueying never appeared. Enraged, the prince grabbed his younger brother Su Qian and hung him from the city gate. You care not for your father, nor for your stepmother. Then who do you care for? Guards! Hang this little thing on the city wall where she can see it from afar. Inger's heart is the kindest, though a bit stubborn. If she sees her brother near death, she'll surely be unable to bear it and beg me to spare him. My brother cried out to me, "Sister, save me." Wah! Seeing my pitiful brother, my eyes nearly burst from fury. Prince Heng, may you die a miserable death. You and Su Yueying, you two dogs, will never have a good ending. Hearing this, Prince Heng kicked me squarely in the chest. You worthless woman, dare you insult Inger? It must be your mistreatment that made her refuse to return to me for your sake. Then what use are you to me? In the end, my brother was hanged on the city wall, while I was ordered by Prince Heng to be given as a reward to the soldiers, tortured to death. After our entire family was brutally slaughtered by Prince Heng, Su Yueying finally appeared. How cruel you are! To force me! You killed my entire family. Though they treated me poorly, they were still living human beings. Prince Hang's eyes were dark and sinister, his tone wicked and possessed. As if he'd been corrupted by darkness. So you do care about these people? Impossible. You can only care about me. He then imprisoned Su Yueying by his side, subjecting her to coercion, seduction, and brutal force. Su Yueying, in turn, hated him, sought revenge, succumbed to despair, became pregnant, fled, was recaptured, fled again, was recaptured once more, until she ultimately forgave him. After all, you are the father of my child. I hate you, yet I love you. I cannot bring myself to harm you. They didn't know that after our entire family died, we all drifted in the air watching them. Even more absurdly, we all awakened to realize this was actually a deeply tortured romance novel. The female lead, Su Yueying, was a time traveler, and our entire family was merely a part of their play, background scenery, tools. When I opened my eyes again, I was back at the moment my eldest sister was pulled from the water, staring at Su Yueying about to wake on the bed. I grabbed a nearby pillow and pressed it over her face. You bitch! You killed our entire family. Yet you revel in pleasure with the very enemy who slaughtered us. How does it feel to climb over our corpses to rise, savoring the taste of stealing someone else's life? Huh? I won't let you get away with this. Die. Now. Immediately. Right this second. My mother, who had been watching nearby, froze at my sudden outburst. Then, despite her usual frailty and dependence, she rushed forward and pinned Su Yueying's struggling hands down. Ronger. Press harder. Smother her. Just smother her. The maid Chunlan stood stunned for a moment before shouting, I have no choice but to urge the young mistress to her death. Then she pinned Su Yueying's legs down. In that moment, no words were needed. All three of us knew we had been reborn. And Su Yueying, lying on the bed about to awaken, was the disaster star who would soon destroy us. As long as she lived, none of us could live. I pressed the pillow onto Su Yueying's face with all my strength, the horrifying scene of my family's brutal murder in my past life flashing through my mind. I was terrified, and I was filled with hatred. But at that critical moment, Su Yueying, whom I was desperately holding down, tore the pillow away and screamed with all her might. Sister, don't kill me. I'm still myself. My grip loosened instantly. Huh? Su Yueying grabbed my hand, tears welling in her eyes as she gasped for breath. Cough, cough. Sister, please calm down. I'm fine. That time-traveling woman didn't possess me. Hearing Su Yueying's words, my whole body trembled. Sister? You're alive too? Sister sat up on the bed, coughing as she said, That's right. I was reborn too. After I fell into the water in my past life, my body was taken over by another person. Everything she did was not my will. When you were captured by Prince Heng, I tried to save you, but I couldn't regain control of my body. I could only watch helplessly as you died before my eyes. This time, I absolutely will not let her take my body again. I won't let any of you get hurt. I listened carefully, and after a long moment, I burst into tears, throwing myself into my eldest sister's arms. Sister, it really is you. Wah! Rongrong knew you couldn't be so heartless. So it was that time-traveling woman who possessed your body. My eldest sister held me close, stroking my head with heartfelt tenderness. Don't cry, Rongrong. You must know, when I saw Prince Heng slash your face that day, my heart shattered. That time-traveling woman. She even used my body to. With him. If I ever get the chance, I'll tear that dog traitor to pieces. I voiced my concern, but he is still the Empress's legitimate son. And he hasn't rebelled yet. How can we possibly stand against him? My eldest sister sneered coldly, though she occupied my body and I couldn't control my own words or actions. I saw everything she and Prince Hing did with crystal clarity. He is not the Emperor's biological son at all. He is the Queen's bastard child with Prince Rin. In my past life, it was precisely because he knew he wasn't a true prince that he went mad and plotted rebellion, slaughtering all the Emperor's legitimate sons. His goal was to ensure no one could ever challenge him for the throne. If we act preemptively, expose his true origins and lay bare his clandestine dealings before the world, he'll be doomed beyond redemption. Mid-sentence. A servant announced. Madam. Second young miss. His Royal Highness Prince Yu has arrived. He insists on seeing you. Second young miss. Your servant couldn't stop him. A towering figure burst into the room, disregarding the onlookers as he swept me into his arms. Romer? Are you unharmed? Thank heavens! I just had a dreadful nightmare, dreaming you faced terrible misfortune. I rushed here the moment I awoke. Prince Yu Murongjin's words made my cheeks flush. My mother and Prince Yu's mother, Consort Duan, had been close friends since their youth, sharing a bond since childhood. Hearing his words. Could it be he too had been reborn? Murongjin's words stirred something deep within me. But then I recalled how in my previous life, Murongjin seemed to have clashed with Prince Hing, fighting fiercely over that time-traveling woman. That memory stirred some resentment within me. Your Highness, please control yourself. This humble maiden has heard that both Your Highness and Prince Hing, ignoring the stares of others. Murongjin pressed me down and declared, nonsense. That sorceress made it all up. I fought Prince Hing because that sorceress slandered your reputation. Prince Hing took her side. So I intervened. In my heart, there has always been only you. Those around us watched with amused smiles, clearly enjoying the spectacle. Even my eldest sister was no exception. But after pouring out his heartfelt words, Murongyuan's expression darkened sharply upon seeing my eldest sister mocking us nearby. He drew the sword at his waist, poised to strike her down. Su Yueying? You demoness! Today, this prince shall mete out divine justice and eradicate this menace forever. My eldest sister gasped. Your Highness, please calm your anger. You must hear my explanation. I hurriedly grabbed him too. No. This isn't the demoness you speak of. This is my real sister. The reason sister committed all those wrongdoings is because she was possessed by a time-traveling woman. She couldn't help herself. We then recounted everything we knew, the book crossing, the novel, the rebirth, to Murongjin in meticulous detail. Chunlan, mother, and I even compared the plotlines, finding them identical. One person might be dismissed as delusional, but surely not three. How could they all know the same things? After that, we all wept, heads in our hands. We truly are people who have died once. After crying for a while, Chunlan looked up and said, We've all been reborn. But what about the master and the young master? Before long, it was time for father to return from court. He picked up Su Qian from school on his way home. Father, usually serene, looked grave as he led my younger brother inside. Seeing both mother and me present, he asked, Has Inger's condition improved? Uncertain whether father and my brother had also reincarnated, we dared not speak freely. We simply replied, Sister is much better. She has awakened. A complex expression flickered across father's face. Oh. Then he motioned for Su Qian to hand over a box of pastries. These are from San Hejai. They're Inger's favorite. I went out of my way after court to buy them for her with Qianer. Qianer, hurry and take them to your eldest sister. I smiled. Since you bought pastries, why not share them with the whole family? Prince Yu is here too. But father cut me off abruptly. No. These were bought specifically for your sister. Your sister nearly drowned and hasn't fully recovered. And you're already craving sweets? I was taken aback. Father had always doted on us 3 siblings. This stern tone was unprecedented. Feeling a pang of sadness, I fell silent. Though only 5 years old, Su Qian displayed an unusual maturity at that moment. Holding the box of pastries, he walked step by step to my eldest sister. Sister, have some pastries. My sister glanced at father, then at Su Qian before her. The offer felt too gracious to refuse. Just as she lifted a pastry to her mouth, she suddenly seemed to remember something. Looking earnestly at father and Su Qian, she said, Father, Qianer, are these pastries poisoned? You wouldn't be trying to poison me, would you? Hearing this, Murong Jin and I exchanged glances, both awkwardly covering our faces. Great. Father and Su Qian had reincarnated too. Truly, birds of a feather flock together. After another round of cross-checking and reckoning, we'd pretty much figured out the plot. Me, that time-traveling woman, and Prince Heng are nothing but a pair of lunatics. If they want to court death, let them. But dragging us ordinary folk into their mess? They can take their love story to the grave. Eldest sister, second sister speaks the truth. How unjust is the heavens? Such unworthy souls deserve to be the protagonists? It's laughable. And they dare occupy my body. Harm my family, I won't stand for it. Mother worried. The one who was about to awaken was that time-traveling woman. We accidentally pushed her back. Will she return? Or possess someone else? Father said. Dispatch men immediately to investigate. Is there anyone in the capital like your sister, someone who drowned, fell, or suddenly changed their personality? Better to kill the innocent than let the guilty go free. Murong Jin said. Minister Su, our top priority remains exposing Prince Heng's true origins and crimes. The time-traveling woman is no threat. But if he goes mad, none of us will survive. We all nodded in deep agreement. Get him. Just then, my sister's body swayed, her gaze growing hazy. Soon, her once wise and resolute eyes became clear and innocent. Blinking like a startled fawn, she pouted her lips. You are my family? Oh dear. I've been ill and can't remember anything. Our family turned pale with shock. Time traveler. Someone cried out in alarm. Chunlon hoisted a nearby vase and smashed it down onto the eldest sister's head. The time traveler collapsed with a thud. After a long moment, the eldest sister's voice drifted faintly. Chunlon, you're trying to murder your own master? Chunlon wept until her legs gave out. Collapsing to the floor, wah. This servant didn't mean to. In my past life, after returning home, my brother and sister-in-law schemed to take my personal savings. In the end, I was forced to marry the village's old bachelor, who beat me to death. I don't want to go through that again. The eldest sister clutched her swollen head and sighed. Never mind. I don't blame you. But it seems this time-traveling woman has set her sights on my body. Now that she's been beaten back. Who knows when she'll return? Seeing our worried expressions, Mother spoke up. Perhaps I have a solution. I asked. Mother, what is it? Tell us quickly. Mother frowned and said, this so-called time-traveling woman is likely a wandering spirit possessing someone's body to act. Isn't it just like a ghost taking over? If it's a ghost, then a priest can exorcise it. Master Huijue, the abbot of Baogua Temple outside the city, is deeply versed in Buddhist teachings. He can surely suppress the evil spirit within Inger's body. My eldest sister chimed in. Mother speaks wisely. We must depart immediately for Baogua Temple to seek Master Huijue's aid. That evil spirit must not be allowed to cause mischief any longer. As for Prince Heng, we'll leave that to Father and His Royal Highness Prince Yu. There's no time to waste. We'll split into two groups. Murong Jean and father would gather incriminating evidence, intending to denounce Murong Yuan at tomorrow's morning court session. Meanwhile, mother and I would take Chunlan and Su Qian to accompany our eldest sister to Baogua Temple, seeking Master Huijue to exorcise the demon. The carriage rocked and swayed along the way. My eldest sister fought off drowsiness, forcing herself to converse with us. When we sensed her consciousness wavering, we pinched her finger with a peachwood chopstick. The sharp pain made cold sweat bead on her forehead. Mother pitied her. Inger, does it hurt? Our eldest sister waved her hand dismissively. Harder. In my past life, I was powerless. This time, I hold all the advantages. I will protect our parents and family, leaving no opening for that evil spirit to exploit. This was the eldest sister to my brother and me, the good daughter to our parents. She was nothing like that selfish, vicious time-traveling woman. Yet a lingering worry still gnawed at me. Sister, what if we can't rid ourselves of that evil spirit? Must we spend our entire lives battling for control of this body? My eldest sister straightened, a cold laugh escaping her lips. Even if I die, I won't let her have her way. Our fiercely independent eldest sister would never allow anyone to trample her life underfoot. We hurried on and on, finally reaching the mountain gate of Baogua Temple just before sunset. After Master Huijue learned the purpose of our visit, his expression grew solemn as he invited us into the meditation hall. This monk observed the celestial signs at night and foresaw the fall of dynasties and the suffering of living beings. I had thought the world would be burdened with countless more wrong souls. But I never expected you, benefactor, to arrive. My sister was astonished. Master, how do you know why we sought you out? Master Huijue replied, no need for words. Lay devotee. This old monk understands everything. He then used a vermilion brush to inscribe a swastika upon my sister's forehead. This mark embodies profound Buddhist teachings. It will anchor your true spirit, preventing those dark spirits and malevolent entities from temporarily possessing your body. But for lasting protection, you must cultivate sufficient willpower yourself. Why not begin tomorrow, practicing Buddhist teachings alongside this old monk? Only by purging distracting thoughts can you settle your spirit. With the Buddha's protection within the temple, that evil spirit should find no way to harm others again. We felt heartbroken for our eldest sister. Sister is so young, must she spend her entire life in the company of ancient Buddhas and flickering lamps? Yes. Can't we find a way to banish the evil spirit once and for all? But sister waved her hand. Enough talk. Master, I will practice Buddhism with you. Then she turned to me and said, Ronger, from now on, father, mother, and our younger brother will all depend on your care. Prince Yu is devoted to you, a man worthy of entrusting your life to. Her palms pressed together. She chanted the Buddha's name. If my solitary cultivation ensures my family's peace and the world's tranquility, I, Su Yueying, shall have no regrets. In that instant, we all seemed to see a golden light surge from our sister, forming a halo above her head. Master Huijue was utterly astonished, blurting out, it's the female lead's aura. Su Yueying, a cannon fodder character, actually manifested the female lead's aura. The female lead is invincible. Our entire family? Master, what are you saying? Master Huijue, who had been as serene as an ancient Buddha, suddenly dropped all pretense. You likely don't know this, but the world we inhabit is actually a novel. This place here is the only area not subject to system inspection. He then shook his head with a faint, resigned smile. Never mind. How could you possibly understand any of this? You're merely pitiable souls swept along by the plot, powerless to resist. Thanks. But we get it. Master Huijue's words kindled a glimmer of hope in our hearts. Because we all knew that in novels, the female lead's aura was invincible, and the main heroine was an utterly transcendent existence. That transmigrated woman from our past lives had been so unrestrained and arrogant, relying solely on that female lead aura, though she seized every opportunity thanks to her memories from later eras. At her core, she was nothing more than the reader's idealized wife, a product of the author's perverse fantasies to satisfy their own twisted desires. She possessed no independent personality whatsoever. How could such a dark and vicious being be worthy? The words slipped out before I could stop them. Long live the powerful female lead. Sister, keep it low-key. The eldest sister truly lived up to her reputation as a prodigy in Buddhist cultivation. After devouring countless volumes of Buddhist scriptures overnight, her merit and cultivation soared sky-high. Her entire being radiated a luminous glow, powerful to the point of being terrifying. The transmigrated woman deep within her body awoke with a start. What's happening? Why can't I control this body? What about getting rich? What about sweet romance? Damn it! Why won't Suyuing just die? So annoying! The eldest sister sneered coldly. Between you and me, who dies remains to be seen. With that, she forcibly seized the time traveler's throat and wrenched her out of her body. The expelled figure appeared to be a woman in her 30s or 40s. Yet she stared wide-eyed and pouting, utterly bewildered by the crowd before her. Who are you people? What do you want with me? I'm the system-chosen time traveler. The one destined by heaven. You cannon fodder NPCs should show me some respect. Otherwise, once I become the female lead, you won't end well. The elder sister picked up the nearby demon-subduing pestle, ready to shatter the time traveler's soul. Master Huijua cried out. No! This world relies on the female lead's existence. Though you've awakened your consciousness and controlled this time traveler. But should she perish, this world risks collapse. Instead, bind her with magic before the Buddha, suppressing her so she cannot commit evil, usurp others' blessings, or steal their destinies. The eldest sister turned to me. Mother. And Su Qian, mother. Second sister. Brother Qian. What do you think? She seemed poised to avenge us at our command. Though reluctant, I urged my eldest sister not to kill her. How laughable that our world depends on such a being. Killing her would bring satisfaction. But Ronger cannot bear to part with father, mother, my sisters, or my brother. Let us follow Master Huijua's advice and seal her away. Mother agreed. Ronger is right. Imprisonment is best. Thus, through the elder sister and Master Huijua's collaboration, the time-traveling woman was sealed before her plot could unfold. Encased in a clay jar, bound by cryptic seals, she was imprisoned beneath the Buddha's throne. Reflect here deeply. Understand what it means to be human. The time traveler wept bitterly within the jar. What did I ever do to deserve this treatment from you natives? Wah! You're all so mean. 5-year-old Su Qian, ugh. Our demon-subduing mission went smoothly. And father and prince, you didn't disappoint our expectations. During the morning court session, Prince Hung was commended for his bandit suppression. The emperor's loyalists in the court pressed him to name Prince Hang as crown prince. Prince Yu, who had always been unassuming, suddenly spoke up. Prince Hang commands military power and guards the capital. Suppressing bandits is his duty. How dare he seek rewards? The position of crown prince is utterly unworthy of him. Prince Hung, who had been smugly confident, was taken aback. What do you mean? Seventh brother? I don't recall ever wronging you. Could it be that you're displeased seeing your elder brother earn merit and receive the emperor's praise? You're grown men, and you still act like this. Prince Yu shot him a cold stare. Within the court, there exists only sovereign and subject, no father-son or brotherly bonds. Prince Hung, please conduct yourself with dignity. Your Majesty, I merely feel that designating an heir is a matter of utmost gravity. One best left to your Majesty's divine judgment. For ministers to discuss this daily in court seems rather rash. It risks appearing as pressure upon our father. This empire ultimately belongs to your majesty. Whoever is chosen or not chosen should be entirely up to you. Prince Yu's words were blatantly stirring up trouble. Prince Ren, seeing his son being provoked, couldn't help but step forward. Your Highness, Prince Heng is the legitimate son of your majesty and the empress. Since ancient times, the crown prince has always been chosen from the eldest or the legitimate line. What is improper about formally appointing him? Prince Yu had been waiting for this. Father has yet to speak. How dare my uncle jump in first? I hear that before the empress was married, she was very close to my uncle. Could it be? Prince Ren's face darkened instantly. How dare you? How dare you insult Her Majesty the Empress and slander the reputation of the mother of the nation? Her Majesty and I share a bond of brotherly and sisterly affection. Prince Yu produced a sealed letter. Brotherly and sisterly affection? This is a secret correspondence between Her Majesty the Empress and Prince Ren that I intercepted. From afar, we gaze at each other from the wall and the horse. And at first sight, my heart breaks for you. Is this the bond of siblings? He then abruptly bowed before the emperor, whose face had darkened. Your Majesty, your humble son must expose the empress's adultery, her defilement of the imperial harem, and her tainting of the royal bloodline. Prince Heng is not your Majesty's biological son, he is the bastard offspring of Prince Ren and Empress Xin. Prince Yu's words sent shockwaves through the entire court. Your Highness, this is no trivial matter, such accusations must not be made lightly. Indeed, empty words. Your Highness must not slander the innocent. Just then, my father spoke up in support. Your Majesty, I too have a petition to present. I accuse Prince Heng of seizing peasant lands, illegally stationing troops, accepting bribes, and dereliction of duty. He then presented a mountain of incriminating evidence. Prince Heng, who moments before had been brimming with confidence, completely lost his composure. Minister Su, you. The emperor glanced briefly at the evidence, feeling the world spin and his vision blur. His trembling finger pointed at Prince Heng as he shouted. You ungrateful son. Guards, drag these two away. Interrogate them thoroughly. Investigate them thoroughly for me. Prince Heng cried out. Your Majesty, I am innocent. Prince Ren shouted. Your Majesty, my brother is blameless. Prince Yu stepped forward and kicked both of them. Get out! No secret remains hidden forever. The Empress and Prince Ren had been having an affair for years, never ceasing their illicit meetings. Though they were cautious, they ultimately left evidence behind. The palace maids and eunuchs who served in the palace were tortured and confessed everything. Even the midwife who delivered Prince Heng revealed that he was born full term, not premature. The emperor was furious beyond measure. Empress, you shall be executed. Prince Ren, you shall be executed. Prince Heng, you shall be executed. The Minister of Rights deserves reward for exposing this crime. Prince Yu possesses an upright character, fearless against tyranny, much like myself. He shall be named Crown Prince. Consort Duan, with her noble virtue, gentle demeanor, and diligent service, shall be elevated to Empress. When the imperial edict reached the harem, the Empress felt utterly wronged. Your Majesty, after all these years of marriage, how could you so easily believe the rumors spread by others? I've grown weary of defending my innocence. Then she let down her hair, cut off a lock, and tossed it to the ground. The emperor, enraged, struck her across the face. A woman may not cut her hair except during national mourning or upon her husband's death. Are you cursing me to death? Guards, grant this vile woman white silk. They didn't even give her poisoned wine, how utterly disgraceful. It was said that when the Empress was strangled, she still wore nail caps on her fingers. She declared she was the Empress. And even in death, she demanded dignity. Prince Rin, after all, was the emperor's own brother. Unwilling to inflict such cruelty upon kin, the emperor granted him a cup of poisoned wine. As death approached, Prince Rin wept that year, beneath the apricot blossoms and light rain. You said you were just an ordinary palace maid. Perhaps it was all a mistake from the very beginning. Just when we all believed Prince Hung was doomed to perish. The mad, deranged Prince Hung, the very embodiment of a psychotic male lead, somehow escaped from the imperial dungeons. He rallied troops, marched them to the imperial city, and set the palace ablaze. Father, does it truly matter if I'm your biological son? I've called you father for 20 years. If father agrees to pass the throne to me, I will forgive all past grievances. We can be father and son again, just as before. The entire court was trapped within the palace walls, gazing across the raging inferno at the deranged male lead. Prince Yu shielded the emperor with his life, gritting his teeth in bitter resignation. Is it truly impossible to defy heaven's will? After all we've done, must we still lose to this madman? Just then, my eldest sister and I arrived on horseback. Ignoring the flames, she charged straight into the inferno. Everyone gasped, Miss Su? What are you doing? Her voice was icy. This body is the very foundation of this world's existence. If it perishes in the fire, won't this world collapse too? Heaven's way, or rather, system, can you really bear to watch your female lead perish before she even begins her journey? The very vessel you intended to use? Ah, my eldest sister truly is wise. To actually threaten the system. Sure enough, to prevent the female lead from burning to death, rain began falling from the clear blue sky. It instantly extinguished the flames. Everyone was saved. Prince Hung glared at the eldest sister, choking out a mouthful of blood and rage. You? What kind of demon are you? Commanding the heavens themselves? The eldest sister shook her head with a bitter smile. I possess the body of the female lead, but not her fate. I'm merely a lowly mortal. The palace suffered countless casualties in the inferno. Though the emperor escaped the flames, the thick smoke had seared his lungs. He soon fell gravely ill and passed away. Prince Yu, as crown prince, ascended the throne. Originally, he intended to kill Murong Yuan to avenge his father. But his eldest sister stopped him. The ways of heaven are strange. Murong Yuan is the male lead. If we kill him so easily, what if he reincarnates? Who knows if he might reincarnate at a point before we awaken? Then kill us all? Murong Jin asked. Then what do you suggest we do with him? Eldest sister? The eldest sister replied. Let us imprison him for life. He may study Buddhist teachings, sever worldly attachments, and spend his remaining days in the company of ancient Buddhas and flickering lamps. Though Murong Jin was displeased, he did not reject his sister's request. After committing so many acts of killing, he gets a peaceful end? That's far too lenient. Later, Murong Jin petitioned his father to marry me, seeking to crown me empress. I refused. Thank you for your majesty's deep affection, but Ronger understands clearly. As an emperor, you cannot indulge in romantic love, nor is it possible for you to love only me. Life in this palace wears down even the best souls. Rather than ending up as bitter enemies, it's better not to begin at all. Ronger has chosen to stay with you forever. Go play by yourself. When my elder sister heard this, she sighed. Are you truly not reconsidering? He has loved you for 2 lifetimes. Me, loving someone doesn't mean we have to be together. Then I put on my eldest sister's airs. Readers will say I'm relying on men. My eldest sister agreed wholeheartedly. Exactly. We can't rely on them at all. From then on, I accompanied my eldest sister in cultivating Buddhism, though occasionally we had to fight against the soul of that time-traveling woman. Always ready to break free from her seal, my eldest sister always persevered through it with her formidable willpower. using the body of this world's leading female protagonist. My eldest sister succeeded in everything she undertook. She prayed for rain, relieved disasters, built embankments, developed waterways, established schools, benefiting countless people with immeasurable merit. Time and again, she turned crises into safety. As they say, the protagonist never dies. Staying by her side, I traveled the realm, gaining vast knowledge and skills. Muron Jean, however, was stubborn. He said he wouldn't force me to marry him, but no one could stop him from waiting for me. 3 years after ascending the throne, he still hadn't taken a wife or had children. Instead, he kept Su Qian by his side, raising him like a younger brother. My sister urged me to return home, but I shook my head. A man? How could he ever be as important as you, sister? Several more years passed this way. One morning, when I went to see my eldest sister, I witnessed a white-bearded immortal taking her away. He said she possessed a divine connection. Cultivating immortality meant journeying to another plane. This also meant the female protagonist who had crossed over into this plane would never again be able to forcibly possess my sister's body. I couldn't help but exclaim, "Sis, you rock." The end.